All right, back to what I was getting at. Around the time that I had a boyfriend during this whole Jamie shit, I was also hanging out with another guy who was technically not my friend, technically just somebody I was fucking just hooking up with. And the thing about it is that the whole time I was going and dealing with all this, with Jamie, he was not getting the fucking hint. And then once he got a car, he started coming to Westchester. And he would text me, blow me up, say, hey, I'm in the area. You want me to come and get you so we can hang out? There was times where I would be getting off of work. If I had a bad day, I just didn't want to be around nobody. And there would be times where I just didn't want to be around nobody. I didn't want to hang out with nobody. I didn't even want to deal with nobody. And Jamie would get mad if I didn't answer his text messages, his calls, his whatever. And I had told Jamie, I said, just leave me alone. I need my time to myself. I just want to be left the fuck alone. Just leave me alone. And this is around the time I was still with the guy at that moment. And my boyfriend would call me. I would get into it with him over a bunch of dumb bullshit. And every time I'd be on the phone with him, Jamie would call me, blow me up. Jamie could never take no for an answer. And it kept getting worse. And after a while, me and that dude, we had basically broken up. I wasn't with nobody. The day that I broke up with my boyfriend at that time, my friend, who's now my boyfriend, was calling me at that time, and we were talking, and of course, Jamie knew that I was trying to be with the person I'm with now. And Jamie didn't like it and everything, and he would ask me, like, why are you talking with this person? You can't be with this person, blah, 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 blah. Well, around that time, my daughter's dad was also messaging me and wanting me and him to basically talk. And I didn't want to talk at that time. And every time Jamie couldn't get his way, he would run and act stupid. And there'd be times where he would be over in Harrison, acting dumb, acting foolish, acting childish. And this is around the time his sister got a hold of me. And me and his sister, we would talk for hours. And me and her, we would be cracking up about him. We'd be capping on him, making a joke out of him. She would tell me some of the most darkest shit, most evil shit, basically, about him. And I told her, I said, I've told Jamie I don't want to be with him. He's not my type. He's just annoying. And I told her, I said, he don't take no for an answer. He can't take no for an answer, because it's like he's got to be the boss over everybody. And around that time, he was helping me with a couple of things, which he would love to throw above my head, blackmail me with. And then when he couldn't get his way, he would threaten to blackmail me with photos. And he'd be like, oh, if you don't do as I say, I'm going to post your photos, your photos that you didn't want nobody, blah, 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 blah. And there'd be times where I would have to protect myself from my photos basically being leaked. And it was just an ongoing saga, ongoing problem, yada, yada, yada. And after a while, it got down to the point of where I couldn't take it no more. And when me and my boyfriend, who I'm with now, got together, I had told Jamie, I said, I'm going to move. I'm going to be with him, whether you like it or not. And when I told him that, that's when all hell broke loose. And that's when the drama started. My boyfriend, who's now my boyfriend now, didn't want me being around him. It was either I had to choose him over him or him over Jamie. And there'd be times where I just couldn't take it. Like, it stressed me the fuck out so bad that it wasn't even a joke. And so after a while, I finally gave in. I gave in to my boyfriend, who I'm with now. And I had told him I was going to be cutting all ties. And when I told Jamie that, Jamie did not take that very well. And this is where, if you follow me on TikTok, this is where I brought this up. The week that I was moving, Jamie was throwing a fucking hissy fit. And he was texting my phone, blowing me up, and was like, oh, you shouldn't have done this, da-da-da-da-da, I'm never gonna forgive you, I'm never gonna let it go, blah, 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 blah. And like I told everybody, yes, he was helping me, giving me a ride back and forth to work. And he knew, because I laid it out to him at that time. I had told him, I said, we are just friends, nothing else, nothing more. And I said, I don't want to be in a romantic relationship with you. I don't want any of it. And Jamie took it the other way around. And he started trying to be my boyfriend, started trying to get with me. And this is around the time that I was starting around the time I got with the man I'm with now. And the thing about it is that there was one summer before I moved. Me and Jamie got into it, and we got into it hot and heavy, and I had told him I cut all ties. And he was pretending to be this little bitch, sending me these text messages saying, oh, I was going to get my ass whooped, I was nothing but a hoe, I was going to get my ass whooped if I showed up in Harrison. Well, what a lot of y'all don't know is that before he ever came to Westchester, started running his mouth, causing drama and all this shit, this is the part I forgot to add. Jamie was homeless in Harrison, and he was homeless for a while. And he was going to McDonald's, sleeping in McDonald's, until the manager got so tired of it, she had basically tossed him out. This is around the time my friend Heather was still alive. And he would call Heather, boo-hoo, whine, and bitch all this on her. So Heather would call me and tell me what's going on. And it got so bad to where he went to my church in Harrison, went to my pastor, and asked the pastor if he could sleep in their entryway. Because, it was too cold, he didn't have nowhere to go, made up some bullshit, aggravating story. And it was so bad during that situation that year, he called me the night of Thanksgiving, drunk as fuck. And he's like, I'm going to take a gun, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, yada, yada, yada. And I had my boy with me at that time, and he knew, he heard the whole 9 yards of it. And so I called the cops, and I told them what was going on and everything else. Well, Jamie made up some bullshit story along the way when he was staying there. Oh, he was getting bullied, picked on, not being left alone. People was trying to bother him and all this shit. Well, the pastor of the church and his daughters had enough. And when they had tossed him out, they said, do not come back. And he kept coming back, and trying to be a little smartass about it. During that time, he called my girl again, which her name is Heather. She's no longer on this earth, but at that time, he called her. And Heather was one of them bitches, like, if you try to fuck with her, she would fuck your whole world up. And Heather would call me, we'd sit there for hours, cracking up about him, making up all kinds of shit, like, just goofy shit. And it was so bad that Jamie has caused me so many problems. And during that time, it got chaotic. And it just kept going on and on and on and on and on. And during that time, him and Glenn was at it over him not paying him back for the fucking Uber that Glenn had paid for him to get back to Harrison on when he got out of court. And Of course, I got drug up in the middle of it, of their whole drama mess. And I had told both of them at that time, I said, do not drag me in the middle, because I don't want to be involved in this mess. And it was nothing but drama and chaos over that. And then every time I would go to Harrison, when I had my car then, Jamie would find some way of getting a hold of me, contacting me, driving me nuts. Well, this is the other part I forgot to add in the very beginning of this whole saga. And I helped Jamie out when he was homeless the first time. This motherfucker took me for $5,000. And all this money went on was nothing but dip. Cans of dip, cans of dip, cans of dip, cans of dip. And I told this motherfucker to pay me back. Every time he'd get paid, he'd promise me, oh, I'll give you money back. I'll give you money back. I'll give you money back. He paid me bits and pieces. He didn't fully pay me off. He paid me in bits and pieces. And every time he was broke, he'd come crying to me, acting like a fucking child. When I had my other car, he would be punching, kicking, all kinds of shit. Acting like a ridiculous, immature child over a fucking can of dip. And then, supposedly, the one girl that was running the store in Harrison, smoke store, he started drama with her. Then I had to hear all about that. And then, supposedly, that girl was wanting to beat my ass, too, all this shit. So, I had went to my girl Heather about it at that time. And Heather told me, that ain't true, none of this shit's true, you know, everything he says out of his mouth is a lie, yada, yada, yada. And I was just getting so fed up. Like, I was fed up to my point. And at that time, I was just, ugh. And the reason why I moved to Westchester was to get away from Jamie. But, of course, Jamie came and followed me to Westchester, caused me hell there. Supposedly, one weekend when I moved up to where I'm at now, supposedly Glenn's wife's daughter's supposed boyfriend met up with him in Westchester over this car of his. They was going to offer him this amount, but like he told him no. Supposedly this girl pulls up with her boyfriend and all this shit. Supposedly drama goes down. They had words. He supposedly pulled a gun, shot him in his damn fucking kneecaps. Supposedly. And all this shit. And then, I mean, it just kept getting crazier and crazier and fucking damn crazier. Supposedly, one day, somebody pulled up, left a note on his car, saying, oh, they was going to kill him, they was going to do this, they was going to do that. I never heard nothing else about it. And then that's when all this other drama started, so I will continue the saga more. So, deuces.